Hello everyone, thank you so much for clicking on this video and supporting me. It really means a lot. In this video, you're going to see me telling my story about what I'm going to be doing for the next 6 months and what's been going on in my life. And so I'm really excited to share it with you. Long story short, basically I am going to the US and studying for 6 months, and then when I come back to Bangkok, I am going to be pursuing more full-time volunteer work and mission work. So if that sounds like something you're excited to listen to and hear all about, then keep watching this video. Sorry for the audio quality, it's not amazing, but I did get subtitles for you, so I hope that it all makes sense. And if you have any questions, don't be afraid to reach out to me. I would love to talk to you. All right, see ya, enjoy.
So I always thought that I would be the girl that would stay here forever, right? If you don't know, I've been here since 2013. New the pink hair. And yeah, I was a middle schooler like you guys when I came here. And I've been here ever since. Next one. Just want to show you guys one more. See that little guy in the front? That's baby Darren. Sorry, Darren. So yeah, when all of my youth group friends moved away, I was the one that stayed. And back in 2018, one of those friends and I decided that we wanted to do a project where we volunteered at various charities and organizations around Bangkok. Well, as my friend and I were going through our options of which organization we wanted to volunteer at, we discovered that individually we had both met a guy who runs an organization in Bangkok, but we couldn't remember his name. And we realized, oh, I think he gave me his book. But this was back when I lived with my parents, and they have like a whole library. You just have to imagine it because I couldn't get them to send me a photo, but it's like if this whole wall was full of books, that's their house. Okay? So, yeah, I didn't expect to be able to find it easily, and I got ready to hunt for it, but when I went to look, it was on the very first shelf that I looked on. And I opened the book, and his business card fell out into my lap. We emailed him and found out later that our email actually went into his spam folder, but he just happened to be checking it that same day. And that string of coincidences was one of the first places where I really saw God pulling things together for my life. So this organization is a beautiful school and an after-school club for underprivileged children and vulnerable children that live in the slums in Bangkok. And since then, I've been volunteering with them on and off whenever I can. Now my day job, for those of you who don't know, is doing advertising and writing for a lot of different Australian companies. And about halfway through this year, 2022, I realized that I'm not really feeling much passion or enjoyment for that anymore. And I have a bit of a guilty pleasure of listening to those motivational self-help podcasts. It's very millennial of me, I know. But they always talk about doing what you love, and because we spend a third of our lives working, we shouldn't just settle for a job that pays the bills or we're going to be miserable, right? So every time I listen to those, or maybe a sermon about career or something like that, I would hear this teeny tiny voice remind me of this organization. And I was like, fine, I'll listen. And even though it didn't make any logical sense because I was super swamped with work, at this time, I reached out to the school and I was like, hey, do you guys need any more regular volunteering help? And they came back to me and they said, well, actually, we've been looking for someone full-time. Why don't you become a missionary and come work with us full-time? And I was shook, okay? Like, this is not something that I ever considered. But I told them I'd pray about it. And to be honest, I kind of half expected that would be the last time that I thought about it. But then that little voice got a little bit louder, and suddenly every single podcast, book, sermon, everything that I listened to was about this topic. Like, it was really like, okay, God, I get it. When I decided to pick up a non-Christian book that I'd been struggling to get through for a few months. And the very next chapter was literally about following your passions and doing what you love. So I was like, okay, who can I talk to about this? And I started thinking about any women that I knew that were missionaries. And so I was going to message my friend Dawn. Turns out she just happens to be in Bangkok this exact week that this is all happening to me. So I set up a coffee date. And so when we sat down, before I'd even said anything, she was like, "You've really been on my heart to come and do a discipleship training school with me in Montana." And I was like, "Oh, that's weird." I was really questioning, like, why me? Dawn and I were friends, but we weren't really, like, that close that I would expect her to be thinking about me. So I was just like, why is she thinking about me? So I listened and I learned more about what this training school is. And the more I listened, the more it felt like the perfect next step. Because it's all about preparing you for outreach, making sure you have the head knowledge and the heart knowledge to confidently follow God. And it teaches you how to really have a meaningful impact when you're helping people. As it turns out, the school in Bangkok doesn't need me to start until the next school year, which would be August 2023. And this training school just perfectly runs from January to June in 2023. So everything is just lining up perfectly, but I was still a little skeptical and I was really, really scared. At this point, I probably should have taken the hint already, right? But I was still like, God, if this is what you want me to do, I need you to give me a sign. And for you to understand how powerful this next bit is, you need to remember how much I love glitter, okay? This is all my notebooks, that's my water bottle, you can see it right here, my phone case, everything. I just feel like everything is better with glitter on it, okay? Thank you. Yeah, so I was like, okay, God, just give me one more sign. And when we went on the camping retreat, the camping back to the high schoolers, I walk into the room that we're staying at, and this sign is hanging up on the wall. It just really hit me so hard that even though God is mighty and powerful and the King of the universe, He can and will use something as tiny as glitter to comfort us, and He cares about the tiniest details of our lives. So I said yes, I applied, and I got in. But I'm really, really going to miss you guys. The thing is, I am coming back, so it's not goodbye forever. But if you think that you or your family is going to be leaving Bangkok before June 2023, please let me know, because I want to make sure that I say see you later extra well, okay? And just so you know, the date that I'm leaving is the 11th of December, okay? There is one thing, or two things that I need from you, prayer and encouragement. Right now, I'm telling you this story as if everything is guaranteed, because I do believe that God is going to open all the doors that need to be opened. But I need your prayers over a few of those doors. So, firstly, if you could please pray that I will get a visa for America. And that I started the application process, but now I have to wait for an interview and then I need to get accepted, because as my accent doesn't really give away, I'm actually Australian. So, I need to get a visa to go in. Two, if you could please pray that I'll be able to save up and raise the funds and support for myself to go as I study, but also as I take the step away from my business job into mission work. And then please pray that God will give me peace and take away any fear that I'm feeling about doing. I'm a little bit nervous to go to a new country all by myself, and I'm really nervous to leave my cat behind, so.
You can leave your cat with me. Is he a boy?
Yeah, he's a boy. You can all go visit him if you want, or he's here. And please lastly pray that I will be able to handle the coldness of Montana in winter, because it's going to be negative 30 degrees, and I've never been that cold in my life. So that's it. I just want to transition us into worship now, because following what God wants for our lives is worship, but another act of worship is praising Him through singing. So I just want you guys to think about, are you worshiping God with your lives? And the words that we're singing tonight, are you meaning what they say? And are you ready to take these words and put them into action? So let's worship God together, guys.
Thank you so much much for watching. If you want to stay updated on everything that I'm doing, I have an Instagram, which is at Brody's Big Adventure, and same on Facebook. And then I also have an email newsletter. If you would like to be put on that, that would be amazing. You'll see it somewhere around wherever you're watching this video. And so please join that. If you are in a place to support what God is doing in my life financially, that would be incredible. You can do that by doing this. And yeah, I do have to raise 14,000 US dollars for this. So right now I have 7,700 that I've saved up myself, and I'm looking for a little bit more support to get me the full way there. So yeah. But if you're not in a place to support me financially, your prayers and encouragements mean the world to me as well. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'm so excited to tell you more about what's happening as it happens to me. So thank you and bye.